Thank you for tuning into Initiating Insight with Sibongile. Welcome. Today we are talking about Ubuntu, and to help me tackle that topic today is no stranger to Initiating Insight. Oh, Sis Olga Mkize, I call her Fruitful. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. Konjubani. Asikhumbuze ukuthi ubani konje.
Mina, I am fruitful. I am blessed and highly favored.
Okay. Other than what you are, who are you?
I am Olga Mkize, a wife, a mother, a mother in waiting,
Yeah.
a child of God, a sister to many, a aunt, and the list goes on.
Yeah. Okay. And today we're talking about Ubuntu.
Yes.
Why?
I because Ubuntu these days, it's something that is very rare. I don't know what has happened to, especially our generation, because where I come from, my mother and the other mothers where I grew up, they showed what Ubuntu was all about. Like, I remember when I was growing up, I was thinking about it yesterday actually. There was this granny next door. She used to work at the crèche. I mean, far from home, we would walk something like maybe 1 kilometer to crèche. And she would like take all the children around. She would be watching 20 children cross the street, taking us to that crèche every day for 6 years until we went to school. And our parents were not there they were not worried about how did we arrive at crèche, how did we get back home, because they knew there was somebody who was looking after their children, you know, and they were not paying her, they were not giving her a cent. It was just like a neighbor. You know, when I grew up, a mother next door was my mother.
They were not paying her?
No, they were not
giving a cent?
No. She was just doing Ubuntu, you know. And even at home, I saw my mother display Ubuntu in a very nice way. You know, my mother was like, when we grew up at home, we were always like 20, 25 in a forum house. Children from other relatives, they used to come and live here, and she didn't believe in saying no, but go live with your parents, you know. And it was like that setup that a person who's hungry, she would recognize that that person is hungry without the person actually asking for anything.
Wow.
And she would like give, you know. If you come and visit at our home, and while we're still sitting and chatting, how are you? And we're just catching up. Quick 30 minutes, food is on the table. She's already cooked a decent meal.
What, was your mother rich?
No, my mother was a domestic worker, a single parent. I mean, my dad died long ago when I was only 6 years old. So, and she raised about 8 children on her own as a domestic. She actually kept 2 jobs at a time. She was like cleaning offices in the evening, and during the day she would work at her employer's house. She only slept weekends, but you know, she was like a mother. You know, she displayed Ubuntu in its fullness. She was an iron woman. Yeah. So, and these days, you know, you look and you see, I wish we can have that sense of community come back, a sense of knowing that umuntu ngumuntu ngabantu.
Oh yeah.
You know, you are not an island. You need, for you to make it in life, you need other people, and you need to recognize that people are human like you. People need grace. People need love. People need compassion. You know, people need to be loved, to be treated well. And the core message is of Ubuntu: treat other people as you would love them to treat you.
I think today we can just do 6 minutes of the episode. It's okay, because I mean, you should have sat here and just did your thing. I mean, you know, Sis Olga, you just spoke my heart. But you said your mother would accommodate about 20 to 25 of you at a time in a forum. Some of you slept in the cupboards.
In the kitchen, on the floor.
And some of you went in the cupboard. So if I would come as a visitor in the morning to ask for a glass of water and I open the cupboard, boo! Olga, we are
if you went to the kitchen, there'd be blankets and like bodies like there, people sleeping. But it was fun. And you must see when she dishes up.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. There's plates everywhere. And you know when we grew up, those plates, the
yes, the animal,
But you know, we didn't even feel that
of course
we are overcrowded. There was nothing like that. It was home. It was full of love. It was full of peace. It was full of appreciation and affirmation. You know, I guess that's why people just flocked into my mother's house, because there was this Ubuntu thing that I think today in most homes, especially the kind of life that we live, children are not experiencing that.
What I believe has happened is that while remember in the month of August, we were speaking and I had these episodes where we talked about the past failures and the successes and things like that. And I remember I was with Mam Catherine Mafatse and Usisnoze Kubeka. We were talking about the successes and failures of women in South Africa, and we were talking about and it was Mam Mafatse and Dela Mabasa, ne? And we were talking about the legacies of the older generation, or how the legacies of the older generations have affected the younger generation, and I believe that's the older generation that had that legacy of Ubuntu. And what has happened is that while we because most of us, particularly Africans, we come from underprivileged backgrounds, and I think it's that drive and that need to want to better our economy, and because of economic pressures, then because now we want to achieve, we grow up as women and young men, and we want to achieve, and then that without even knowing, and it happens so quickly, it promotes and somehow even this idea is perpetuated, and I'm talking about individualism. Let's tackle that when we come back. We need to take a break. We'll be right back on the stage.